again. Yep. And it will be fun to see because, like I said, he's entertaining. I think he's a great wrestler as well. It's just pure golden magic right now. And they have lightning in a bottle with Heath Slater. Don't ruin it. Just keep going with it. And for all those internet fanboys out there that hate it, don't watch it then. Watch something else. Watch Backyard Wrestling or something.
There's always going to be a complaint about something that they don't like or they don't want to see, and then WWE tries something fresh and they don't like that either. There's always going to be a complaint about something, but you kind of have to look past that. You have to look. You know Heath Slater is not going to be a top superstar. They have that set for Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, and then you have the Sami Zayns and the Kevin Owens and Cesaros of the world. You're not going to get – Heath Slater is what Heath Slater is, and he'll be there at the top of Raw. He'll be there for those segments where – I mean, would you rather see this with Heath Slater or, like I said before, would you rather see the Golden Truth play Pokemon Go?
Also, I think the problem is we grew up in an era where there was no internet, so we didn't complain and didn't feel the need to. We just watched what happened and was given what was put on that TV, and we watched it and we accepted it for what it was, and we enjoyed it.
Surprises were surprises.
Exactly. So many people now are on their Twitter, on their Instagram, on their Facebook, posting on the chat thread, whatever the case may be, all this negativity just to get a little rise out of people, just to speak their mind because they're mad. And at the end of the day, it's just watch it, shut up, watch it, and be happy about it. I mean, there's so many people that are against Dolph Ziggler being the number one contender. 3 weeks ago, everybody was complaining about Roman Reigns being in the number one contender spot. Now you have somebody new, refreshing. They changed the whole channel. They divided everybody up. And now all of a sudden, you're not happy with this? It's like, just shut up and deal with it, and just watch it for what it is, and sit back and enjoy it.
But then that's also why they give you Raw and SmackDown. If you don't like what you're seeing on Raw, you watch SmackDown. If you don't like that, you got NXT on Wednesdays. You got the Cruiserweight series on Wednesdays as well.
But these guys complain about everything, and it's just annoying as hell to just sit on. If you decide to watch the video, like say I missed Raw on Monday night, so I was watching the videos. And then you scroll down and see the comments. All they are is negative comments about, oh, well, this is horrible. If I was running Raw, I'd do this and I'd do that. It's like, just shut up and just turn it off then. If you don't like it, find a new hobby then. Go to play your Pokemon Go or something that you're so obsessed with.
Whoa. The Loganator is fired up.
Fired up here. Oh.
Fired up. Another superstar who's firing up is Darren Young with Bob Backlund, and we saw on Monday with Titus O'Neil that he started to snap a little bit in the backstage segment, because Titus O'Neil and him were friends. Mm-hmm. We're back at it again where they're fighting again, and this time we have it where Darren Young is starting to lose it little by little. He lost it at Battleground against The Miz, and anytime someone messes with Bob Backlund, he kind of snaps, kind of like Bob Backlund used to do against Bret Hart and all the wrestlers that he would fight. So I kind of want to see where we're going with Darren Young. It's good that they kind of took him out of the title picture for now. Yeah. Because I want to see them build more with him before he gets some kind of a title shot.
Right now, it's too soon for him to have a title. Right now with this whole Bob Backlund thing, I think you just build on it and just see where it can go, because right now people are getting behind him like crazy, and I think this is really taking off, and it's good for Darren Young, and only time will tell. I think we could see him eventually maybe winning a title, maybe the U.S. title, since that's on Raw. I don't know, maybe if they somehow down the road do a flip and the IC title goes to Raw, U.S. title goes to SmackDown, who knows? Only time could tell. But another person who seems to be who has been receiving a golden ticket, I guess you could say, is Apollo Crews on SmackDown last night. He won a triple threat number one contendership. And when this match was going on, it could have gone either way. At first I thought Baron Corbin was going to win because everybody says they're so behind him. But then Kalisto, he won the USA title. He could have won. And then you had Apollo Crews, who just came up from NXT back in April. So it was actually a really exciting match to watch, and you didn't know what the outcome was going to be. And we have a new number one contender with Apollo Crews for the IC title.
And just like that, where we thought Apollo Crews was just lingering, nothing was progressing with him, you throw him in the IC title picture, and now he's a legitimate threat to The Miz.
Yes.
we could see a title change at SummerSlam, and Apollo Crews could be the new Intercontinental Champion. This is just what he needed to boost his character in the WWE. So that's good for Apollo Crews. Also, another note on SmackDown. I know you didn't like this. I know it was a little confusing, but I think it's a work. I think the Eva Marie injury is a work, and they need to continue to play this off where every time she's about to wrestle, something happens with her, she gets injured, because she's going to be booed no matter what.
Oh, of course. I definitely agree it's a work, but it annoyed me that then you had the other match between Natalya and Carmella, and I was like, all right, we're going to see some women's action tonight. Then all of a sudden, Carmella goes to the ring. Out of nowhere, Natalya hits her from behind, starts beating her in the ring. The match didn't even start yet. Puts her in the sharpshooter. Referees going crazy, saying, get off her, and then went to no contest. So you had two women's matches, the only two women's matches on the SmackDown card that night that went to no contest. And it's kind of depressing because you want to see the women succeed. And what's going to happen with this division now? Are they going to get, eventually they're going to have a women's title on SmackDown? Are they going to continue to push them, as they keep saying? Because it seems like the women's division in SmackDown kind of came to a halt after last week when they had all the debuts of all the girls coming to the ring, and then now it's kind of like, all right, where do we go from here? No contest. You're like, I don't want to see this again.
Well, we all know that the women's division on SmackDown is kind of short.
It is kind of short.
I mean, and if you're going to have these girls wrestle, I mean, you're going to have to build stories for us to believe that this roster on SmackDown is strong.
Because right now, all you have, to me, is Natalya and Becky Lynch as your two aces for the women's division. But that can only go so far. How many times do you want to see Becky Lynch and Natalya go up against each other?
And the thing is, Carmella and Alexa Bliss can wrestle.
I know.
So can we see some girl action, I guess? Can they put together something, even if it's a 5-minute match? Can we get something? And I know there are rumors going around that they're going to be making another women's title, so they're going to have to start pushing these girls and seeing what we got, because if not, then really the women's division is on Raw with Becky, with Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Nia Jax. I mean, that's where most of the people are watching. Paige. I mean, they're going to have to do something, because SmackDown is really lagging in there.
And another division they're also lagging is the tag team division. You had the debut last night of American Alpha, and they dominated the Vaudevillains. And to me, it's almost like the Vaudevillains are now the Ascension again. They come up from NXT, they get a big push really fast, and then that incident happened with Enzo Amore and Big Cass, and then they kind of fell down the ladder a bit, and now they're just kind of there, and there's not much to them. I mean, people haven't really gotten behind them with their gimmick, so to me, it's almost like, I don't know where they're going to go with this, but because Alpha, the American Alphas, they're the team right now. They got a huge push.
Can you believe that? They just come up, and they're the tag team in the division. But I want to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to continue on with this subject about the NXT, about you got the Vaudevillains who come up and who were great. They're a good tag team who come up and they kind of fizzle like the Ascension. I want to talk about how to get fans to buy in to this NXT brand. They're going to have to figure out a way, because these guys, if you watch NXT, they're so beloved down there. And they come up, and it kind of Adam Rose, I mean, for one. Bo Dallas, another one. Even Neville. These guys come up, and it's kind of like, who are they? You know, and we got to get past that. WWE has to find a way to propel these guys like they were propelled in NXT. And they're going to have to figure out a way soon, because even for guys like Finn Balor, who, yes, he's well known because he was the champ and all that stuff, but, you know, you're not getting the cheers
like you used to
that you would if you were in NXT. And I know it's a smaller arena. I know it's not a Raw area, but you kind of get the feeling that, and even one of my friends that we talked about last week, who's like, you know, I really don't know who Finn Balor is. I don't watch NXT, and he's getting a title shot. Well, if you watch NXT, you can see why people would give him that shot and why he deserved it. But for people who don't know about NXT, and there's a lot of them, they have to figure out a way to push these guys, and we'll get into that when we come back. Also, I wanted to touch on the Byron Saxton thing we'll get into, and Keith Logan has a new segment that he wants to get into, and we'll get back into that when we come back. This is Ringside Rumble Radio here on Spreaker.com, free on iTunes and on iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Ringside Rumble.
These are the sounds of someone taking their eyes off the road. Texting while driving is more than distracting. It's dangerous. Do us all a favor. When you're on the road, stay off the phone. A message from CTIA, America's wireless companies, and the National Safety Council.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad.
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Ringside Rumble Radio, baby. Here on Spreaker.com, free on iTunes and iHeartRadio, my friend.
You know it, Brother Nero. You know it.
During the break, I had to talk with this guy because for so long, he's been killing Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy.
I'll admit in the beginning I was, but then I watched the final deletion. And let me tell you, I was like blown away by this final deletion.
I've still not watched the whole uncut version. I have to
what
get
are
on
you waiting
this.
for?
I'm trying to catch up on so much.
The after one is fun too, because when he's sitting down in his family room showing everybody the final deletion, and it's like his son's...
that I saw.
He's like, this is extraordinary xylophone. That line alone, I watched that over and over, that segment about 5 times, and I was cracking up the whole time.
He has really created this character and has, even when he can't do the accent, he's just created such a fun character that you are now on the Broken Matt Hardy Kool-Aid. We should take you to Matt Hardy's house to be deleted.
But be deleted? I don't want to be deleted. I just want to hang out. I wonder if he's in character all the time. Like, do you think he goes to the store and he's like, "Good storekeeper, here is $5 for you."
That would be great. We got to get more into the TNA and Ring of Honor side things. I think we'll do that next week when we have a little more time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that Broken Matt Hardy is he's something else, sir.
Oh,
and
something else.
The fact that
indeed.
you're even drinking the Kool-Aid is to say something. But he's built such a character out of nothing. It came out of nothing. And that kind of leads into the NXT, these guys having to start all over and build something because they're not really well known when they come to the WWE. And you kind of got that with American Alpha, even though, when they showed them how they wrestle on SmackDown, got the cheers. They didn't get that cheers when they kind of came into the ring. Also, who else didn't get that was, Finn Balor didn't really get that too much. The cheers you would get as if a John Cena came in or a Randy Orton or Brock Lesnar. They really have to work on building these guys because not everyone has the WWE Network.
No, but one NXT superstar that I feel got a huge pop who still is in NXT, and I talked about her last week, was Bayley. When she came out in the pay-per-view, I don't know if you watched it live, but when she came out, that arena erupted, man. They went nuts. And I feel like she's one superstar that when she eventually crosses over to the